logical fallacies, right? And those were those things that we looked at last week. Slippery slope, circular reasoning. I did see some circular reasoning in a few essays where, and I might have called it circular reasoning, and it could have just been redundancy, right? Where you just restate what you just said. So you start, like here's the beginning of the paragraph, and you go back here, and here it is again. So it's like this big circle that's going really nowhere. Be very careful of that. Go ahead.
I was just, you talking about logical fallacies. I found a website called thelogicalfallacyis.com.
No way.
And it's really cool because it has 24 different logical fallacies a person can be guilty of. And
So it's like taking a test?
No, it just tells you what these logical fallacies are.
That's cool.
In a little tiny nutshell.
You should post that on Canvas. That would be cool. Put it in the discussion and publish it. I'd like to see it. That's really cool. So yeah, what is your logical fallacy? And you're going to find that as you write, you probably tend to use one logical fallacy more so than other. So do you make a lot of generalizations? If you know that, how do you avoid it? Right? Do you have a lot of circular reasoning? If you know that, how do you avoid it? If you're using that slippery slope, how do you avoid it? And those are all things that we will focus on then for this next essay in particular. All right, so one thing you're going to do tonight as you are reading over the Best Kept Secret on campus is start to look at the rational appeal, right? Is the author focusing on ethos, pathos, or logos, right? And you don't need to know these wholeheartedly right now, but you do need to know that you need to keep those in mind as you start to create more pieces of writing. Why do you want to appeal to somebody's pathos? What's the purpose for that? And we're all wired differently. How many of you think you are more of a logical thinker? Okay, how many of you think you're more emotional? That's me too. Okay, and how many of you think you're more ethically bound? Can you span a few? Yeah, totally. Right? So you know how you write. You know how you feel. For those of you who are super logical, maybe you're more scientific, mathematic, whatever, you're probably going to use a lot of the logos. But you can't leave out those emotional readers. Why? They're going to get bored. Yeah. And the same thing, if you are more likely to use pathos as the way that you write, you can't leave out logos. Because those people who don't care so much about emotions, right, they're a little bit more hardcore, they are going to be bored. So we have to keep that in mind. And then ethics can be intertwined with all of it. Okay, questions? So, what I asked you to do was pick an essay to read, right? It looks like this. Yes. Okay, so, and I was hoping to get even groups, but I'm not quite sure that actually happened. So, supporting family values. Who wrote that? 2. Okay, good.